Moses and Aaron, princes in Egypt, prophets of God. When Moses returned to Egypt, he did not arrive as a stranger. Though he had fled decades earlier, he had been raised in the royal courts, a prince among Pharaoh's own. Moses and Aaron were Hebrews by blood, but Egyptians by upbringing, education, and appearance. Moses had worn the linen robes of nobility. He was trained in the wisdom of the Egyptians, Acts 7:22, fluent in their language, familiar with their rituals, respected by their courts. Aaron, his older brother, had lived among the Hebrew slaves, yet likely carried some of the same bearing, especially when united with Moses under God's call. So when they returned to confront Pharaoh, they did not come like beggars or dusty nomads. They walked into the court unchallenged, clothed in remnants of their former rank. Pharaoh didn't see wandering prophets, he saw familiar men. Distant cousins of the throne, perhaps, or royal dissenters returned from exile. Pharaoh listened not out of reverence for their God, but out of respect for their posture. "Let my people go," Moses said. And Pharaoh didn't laugh, he debated. Why? Because in Pharaoh's eyes, Moses and Aaron looked like rulers. One nation, one God. When the Israelites finally left Egypt, a sea of men, women, and children, they did not look like a scattered band of slaves. The text tells us they left with a high hand, Exodus 14:8, boldly and in order, with gold and silver given by the Egyptians, Exodus 12:35-36. They were now a nation in the making. Outwardly, they may have still worn Egyptian-style garments. After 400 years in Egypt, their clothing, speech, and even customs had been shaped by the land. But what made them different wasn't how they looked, it was who they served. The Egyptians served many gods: Ra, the sun god; Anubis, the god of death; Isis, the goddess of magic; Horus, the sky god; and countless others. The Israelites served one God, Jehovah, a God the Egyptians did not know. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, invisible, uncarved, unbound by temples or statues. Every plague that God sent struck at the heart of Egypt's religion. Water to blood, happy Nile god; fertility frogs, Heket, goddess of fertility; frog-headed gnats lice; Geb Kepri, earth god; insect god, flies Kepri; god of rebirth, flies and beetles; livestock disease, Hathor, Apis, Nevis; cattle gods and goddesses boils; Imhotep, Thoth, gods of healing and medicine; hail and fire Nut, Shu, set sky, air and storm gods; locust, Neper, Osiris, grain and crop gods; darkness, Ra, sun, god death of the firstborn Pharaoh; Osiris, Isis, divine rulers; and death, motherhood gods. Each act wasn't random. It was God's war against Egypt's gods, Exodus 12:12. These plagues were not just signs of power, they were spiritual warfare, exposing Egypt's gods as powerless before the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Moses and Aaron may have looked like Egyptians and even been mistaken for royalty, but they spoke with the authority of Yahweh, the one true God. They were bridges between two worlds, Egypt's fading glory and Israel's coming promise. When the people left Egypt, they didn't leave looking different, they became different by who they followed. Outwardly similar, inwardly transformed. Egypt had gods in every shape. Israel had one God with no image, yet more powerful than all.